What is happening, YouTube? Welcome to this Mentorship Monday program. My name is Matt Faircloth. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and we are a real estate company that's dedicated to transparency, and we are growing like crazy, and we want you guys to experience and witness all the growth that we're up to here on this YouTube channel. The way that you guys can participate with us is a bunch of ways. Number one is to email us at helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, and you guys can become a guest right here on the show, and we'll have you on the show, and we'll chat. We'll talk about your real estate question, and other folks that are watching can watch your real estate question get answered, and they get their questions answered too. They kind of transpose themselves through you, and they hear your question get answered, but it really helps them out too. So it is a win-win. You're really helping society when you email questions to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, because you're giving us some great real estate questions for us to answer for them. So please take a minute right now, email us at helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, and you can join us on this live show that goes out Monday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern every week. Hope you guys are watching and enjoying so far. Now, I want to bring on my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, Mr. Justin Frazier, who's out on the road today.
Hey.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm great. How are you today, Matt? What's going on?
I'm feeling good, man.
That's
Come
good.
flying high off of a little business mastermind retreat that I went on. For those of y'all that follow me on Facebook, I did a little mastermind retreat. Got my mind blown, then had to come back and put it back together and all that. So just like anything, go away like that and step outside of your life and your business, and you come back. I'm flying on a rail, as some people can relate to when they go away and they come back. So that's how I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important that you have some contacts who are successful and can help, are willing to help and answer questions and work with you. Even the success that we have, there's always another level and someone to look up to. And so good on you for recognizing that, you wanted some advice, planning out how to best maximize your time, and then just booking a plane ticket and going to get it and working with the people that can help you get to the next level. So
doing it to it, man.
And my point on that is, like, whatever level you're at, there's always someone that, can reach out a hand and can pull you out.
There's always someone that is steps ahead of you, man. You are never at the mountain. There is no top of the mountain.
Yeah.
I learned that. I'm getting my mind blown reading a book. I told you about this earlier. Reading a book called You Can't Hurt Me, man. That is a book with a capital B, and there is no top of the mountain. There is no finish line. You just climb and go, and there's people ahead of you. Ask them, okay, how'd you get to here? And they'll help you out. Anyway, speaking of us helping other people out, get to the next level, tell everybody about DeRosa Insiders real quick.
Well, listen, I'm on the road. I'm going to our property, Douglas Square, tomorrow. And DeRosa Insiders is a great way to see everything that we're doing. DeRosa Insiders is a private Facebook community where we share what we're working on. We help other investors find team members, answer questions. Matt makes himself available to the Insiders members. So if you love this format,
you told me not to do this one, but I'm going to do this one. A little ticker. I'm in control of it. I'm in control of the brand.
All right, whatever.
Keep going.
But Insider, it's totally throwing off my flow. But listen, if you're not an insider,
my intention.
If you want to be an apartment investor, you have to join Insiders. That's it. The education that's in it, the support system there, it's something I absolutely wish that I had as I was trying to do my first syndication. We just try to add value every which way. And we ask for feedback too. We have a post right now. What can we do in 2021 to help you grow your business? That's what we're trying to ask our members right now. That's what we're planning out as we set goals for 2021. In the short term, I'm going to be at our properties the next 2 days, and Insiders are coming along with me. So we're going to be doing live videos, Q&A, all kinds of really great stuff as we tour through the property. So
absolutely.
You have to join Insiders. Text DeRosa to 66866. You'll get a text from us with information on how to join. We would absolutely love to have you.
And I had a great office hours this morning, 11 a.m. Had 3 different people join me on my show. Not my show. It's not my show. It's office hours. People just pick my brain. I had 3 awesome brain picking sessions. We talked about cap rates and what cap rate really means. We talked about doing micro investing. And we talked about doing a house hack in one of the 5 boroughs of Manhattan. Like, how do you house hack one of the 5 boroughs? Great fun, really great conversations. You got office hours coming on Thursday. What time?
Thursday.
What time?
I think it's 9 o'clock on Thursday.
That's what I'd said Monday this morning. I said I think Justin's on Thursday at 9. So
I think office hours. I have to check the calendar. But yeah, I'm going to be on my way home from this trip. I'm going to pull over and we're going to do this because it's that important that we deliver members the value that they need and help them grow. So that is our priority with DeRosa Insiders, and so far it's been great.
Yeah, man. Well, be sure to check out Justin Thursday at 9 a.m. You guys can join Insiders now, or watch the recording of my office hours, or join Insiders from my office hours on Monday of next week by texting the word DeRosa to 66866, getting a big full basket of goodies, all kinds of free stuff, including what we've done for COVID, PowerPoint presentations, and a lot of off the beaten path kind of stuff that Justin and I've created that you guys can get through a big basket of goodies, and you also get a link to join Insiders. So if you guys want to join Insiders for free, you can get a free 1-month membership. And by the way, join this month, the month of December, because we're going to be increasing the price of Insiders. But if you want a 1-month free membership to Insiders, just email us at helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, because our guest, Mr. Tim, is going to be getting a 1-month free membership to Insiders as well as a thank you for joining us today. So speaking of which, let me go ahead and bring him in.
Bring him on.
Bring him on. I'm going to add you and Justin, and I think I'm going to add Tim in, and I think I'll just drop you down. That's what I'll do.
We'll see if we can do it.
I'll see if I can do it. We'll find out. Cool. What's up, Tim?
Hey,
How's
Matt.
it going, Tim?
Hey, Justin.
Good. That felt really good putting Justin down the bottom. So
There you
cool. Tim, how do I say your last name? I hate butchering people's last names, so help me.
No worries, Matt. It's Schweizer.
Schweizer. Cool. All right. Tim Schweizer from Indiana. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here today. Let me pop up your your question, your paraphrase. Now you can paraphrase it for us in that, but just for folks to read along with you, this is what you would send in to help me at DeRosaGroup.com. But tell me in your own words what's going on and how can we help you today?
I live here in Indiana in a duplex home. I've owned it for 11 years, and I'm looking to invest into another property, and I'm also looking into possibly putting the house into an LLC, and I don't know if I should do that or when I should do it, and if it's possible to use the equity if it's in an LLC or not, and how that might benefit me or not.
Okay, got it. Certainly happy to help you. What's the property worth now?
I haven't had an appraisal on it recently.
Okay, so you still owe $55K, or you have $55K in equity?
I owe 55 on it. I bought it for 120 11 years ago.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you think you've got okay. All right, so you owe 120, 55K. Handy dandy math here. Sorry. It's impressive for people that can do math in their head, but you really should. Even I can't do math in my head, but I really should be just double checking. So 120 is what you bought it for, right?
Yes.
Okay. Today's market might yield you a 75% loan to value, but I don't think it will. So, or 80% loan to value on a rental property. Let's do it at 75. Because that puts a loan to value that's potential to get a loan on the property at 90. Okay. And you currently have 55. Is the 55K through a traditional lender, traditional bank?
It's FHA loan.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute, Tim. Why don't you think it's still worth 120? I know you haven't had an appraisal, but I mean, everything's gone nuts lately. Huh?
Yeah, and I've done quite a bit of work on it. It's got a new roof on it. It's had quite a bit of repairs done in the inside. I would definitely hope it's worth quite a bit more than 120.
Look, what do you hope it's worth? Let's
150, I think.
150 is realistic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we're talking turkey, man. Okay. Yeah, okay. Here's what I would do. Let me I need Justin to verify this.
Hey.
All right, Justin, here's my idea. Okay. I say that Tim goes and gets a FHA backed PMI loaded up mortgage and does max cash out on it on a 95% LTV mortgage, which would yield him $87,000. What do you think?
How do you get $87,000? Oh, above the 55 that he owes.
Because I took $150. I multiplied it by 0.95.
Yep.
That tells me how much he can pull out. I take out the 155K. He's left with $87,000 in a fixed rate mortgage.
Right.
And he doesn't. And Tim, I know you mentioned LLC. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm going to address that too. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, debt's cheap right now. So if you can leverage up and go to 5% and get a loan for 95% at these rates, then it seems pretty smart. And then the question for me is, what are we going to do once we get that money? What are we going to go do with that? And is that enough to do what you want to do?
Yeah, well, that's a good question, right? So, Tim, few questions. Do you want to move anytime soon?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you have plans for the money already?
Invest it in land.
In land? That's not going to cash flow. You just want to land bank. You just want to bank it and just pop it in a land deal and hope the land goes up in value.
So we've talked about possibly finding some land with a rustic cabin on it or something. I mentioned to you about the yurt, maybe doing something temporary, getting a little cash flow going on something that's already there with Airbnb or something.
Somebody on Facebook figured out that you're in a yurt, by the way. They said, "Is Tim sitting in a yurt?" And I had to write back, "Yes, he is."
So let's talk about the yurt since it came up. Let's talk about this a little bit. What are your thoughts on what you could do with a yurt on this land?
Well, I mentioned the Airbnb thing. It could be a temporary place for us to stay while we're working the land and building a house, like something for us to stay in while we're going back and forth. Because more than likely we wouldn't just move out there right away. We would go spend some time out there, come back to Indiana. I would work here, go out there, kind of a back and forth kind of thing for a little while, possibly is one option.
Okay. All right. So there's the clean way to do it, and then there's the way to do it with the most money out. And when I say clean, I don't mean legal. I'm not telling you to do anything illegal or whatever. I'm just telling you this is a little easier. The easiest way to do what you want to do to get cash out is to refi that property in your own personal name on a 95% leveraged FHA, PMI loaded up mortgage and pull the most that you can, which is about 87 grand. That's what I came up with. Now, because you want to move, you would need to leave the property in your own personal name, which can get a little weird. I know I tout a lot on YouTube about like taking properties out of your personal name by refinancing it or doing a quick claim deed. I would not advise you to do quick claim deed and leave it in the quick claim deed it out of your personal name and hold it there long term. I would advise that. But there are ways that you can hold the property into your personal name and still protect yourself. You could increase your insurance. You could set up an LLC and have that LLC be the landlord to where Tim Schweizer is not the landlord. The LLC is the landlord. Does that make sense? So if there's a slip and fall, whatever, there's still an intermediary between you and the person, and it's not Tim Schweizer is the owner. You're the owner, but it's that LLC, ABC LLC, is who's on the lease with them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
That's max cash out. Okay. It's weird. It's a little funky. You're still legal, but I would not advise you to do the quick claim deed situation in this circumstance. Okay. Or you could do it, which is max coverage, but a lot less cash out. And that you're going to quick claim deed it now, then refinance it in the LLC, probably get a 5-year fixed rate mortgage, like 70 to 75% LTV, probably pull like 40 grand out of the house. But you'll get it clean. It'll be in the LLC. You can air quotes sleep better at night, but I would still sleep just as well the other way too, So you could do that in the LLC swap. Okay. But I mean, I could tell you that I would rather see you do max cash out at that and do the option one. That's what it's personally, if it were me, that's what I would do in that scenario. So you don't want more. You could just sell.
I'm sorry?
Sell it. Why do you need the house anymore?
I guess we're planning on moving to another state, and we're not sure how it's going to go, and we kind of feel better about holding on to the house maybe for a few years just to get our feet settled on where we're going to move and make sure everything goes through well and we like where we're at and don't want to come back.
LLC swap, because if you do the LLC swap and then you move, and if like this experiment, if the experiment you're doing with the land and the yurt and all that kind of stuff, if that doesn't work out and you want to come back to the house, then it's like you're moving back into a property you own in an LLC, and you've now given up all of the benefits that owning the property in your personal name gave you. You've walked away from all that. Now you're like a tenant in your own home. That's not going to work out. So all the tax benefits, all that stuff all goes away. And then you have to like go move back out of the LLC. So certainly don't do the LLC idea.
Okay.
You have that back door to back in. And I get that. I mean, you're like, you're stretching the edge of comfort level here, and everything like that. So I get you want to have that backstop. So I totally get that. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah. So sounds like, Matt, the way that you're recommending it is that he'll end up with about 40 grand after the refi. Are those the right numbers?
87. Yeah. He's Tim's telling me, because he's an awesome craftsman and he's made that house himself handily worth from 120 up to 150 grand through all his handiwork. Right. So 150 grand is the new value. 95% loan to value is what he's going to get on that 95 on that FHA mortgage. He's going to pull like 120 grand, about 140 out of the property in new debt. That's going to pay off the 55,000 and have 87 left to go into his pocket.
Perfect.
So,
what are we doing with the 87, Tim?
Vegas, baby.
No. Finding this piece of property, hopefully with a little rustic cabin on it, somewhere out in the woods.
Is that enough?
Is 87 going to do it?
I think it'd be kind of pushing it for what we're looking for. But that helps having something to start shopping for. We really haven't been able to look too deeply into it because we really don't know what we have to work with. We didn't want to sell the home. We only have so much saved up. But I think this will help.
Tim, to that point, if 87 is not going to do it, if it's not close, but 140 might be, then, back to Matt's point is if you're going to go all in and bet on yourself, you got to go all in and bet on yourself.
But he doesn't put out 140 either. Remember, if he sells the house, he's still got to pay off 55K.
Correct. You're absolutely right.
And he's got to pay real
there.
I mean, like 87 grand
so it's not going to be any different.
Yeah, 87 grand.
I said anything. I forgot about that.
Tim, you got to send another email to help me at DeRosaGroup.com, and I'll teach you how to do seller financing with the.
There you go.
I'm kidding. No, you'll do. What you could do is if you walk into the door on the landowner. As I understand, Tim, a lot of folks that own land. It's funny, land and businesses get sold a lot on seller financing. When I say business, I mean like you want to buy a laundromat or you want to go buy an HVAC company or something like that, right? Because it's actually hard to get bank financing on those things, and it's hard to get bank financing on land too. So as I understand it, and I haven't done that many land deals, and I've never bought a business, but as I understand it, those two transactions get financed a lot. And so you could find a piece of land like you're talking about there, and find a seller that's willing to float like not a ton of it, maybe 50% of the purchase price to you. So you plunk your cash down and you make them a monthly payment for the rest of the debt.
Yeah, that might be an option for us. It sounds a little more manageable.
It opens up more possibilities for you.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I like that idea.
Instead of being limited to how much cash you have, and if you're going to do additional improvements to the property, like meaning if you're going to get in, is your vision to make this land deal a income producing property, or is this just a lifestyle shift for you and your spouse?
Lifestyle shift. We have a young daughter that we would like to raise in a little bit different environment. And so it's more about lifestyle change, and in the long term, eventually having a place where maybe we build some little cottages on the land, do bed and breakfast, Airbnb kind of stuff, have workshops, you know, kind of thing. But that's long term. The first several years is just getting our roots, getting our feet planted, and yeah.
What I was going to say was I'm trying to figure your exit out of seller financing. You're planning on working and generating other personal revenue when you're down there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So when you do that, like you could pay off the seller financing that way, or you could just add value to the point where, like, if you buy the land for 90, I don't know, I'll make it up, 120,000 for like probably 5 acres. That's probably about the right number for the rustic kind of look you're looking for, right? So let's say you get on and you build your homestead, and then down the road a piece, you build some other homesteads and some other yurts, and you lease those out or whatever. You could eventually refinance that whole thing once you show that you've got cash flow coming in from the other, short-term rentals that you develop on the site. And that's your exit from the seller financing. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So you either pay it down, earn your way out of it, out of the debt, out of the seller financing debt, or you add value and build out that land to create value to it, or subdivide it, or whatever you're going to do to it. Build out value and let that value add be what pays off the debt. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that approach too. I think that's more of what we would lean towards.
Yeah. Well, I would do the latter too, just because that's the way my brain works. But it's all about the deal. So I'm super curious how this ends up, man. So please keep us in the loop, and maybe me and Justin and our families will all come out and hang out with you guys in your yurts.
Hey, there we go.
And I love alternative living, man. I want to hear how it goes. So Tim, thank you for watching. If folks want to hear more about your journey or your yurts, man, I don't do this very often on Mentorship Monday, but I'll throw it out here. How do people get a hold of you if they want to hear more about what you're up to?
Man, I'm not on Facebook. I don't have
I bet you're not, man. You're not gonna be where you're going, man. You know?
Yeah. I don't really have much. I can throw out my email.
If you're open to that, that's okay. Go for it.
Yeah, so it'd be T Swizer, my last name, just how it's spelled here on the screen. T Swizer at gmail.com.
All right, great.
There you go.
Email Tim before he moves, because my guess is you might not have email where you're going. So.
Hey, I'm sorry. I closed that email. I got a new one. It's 0000 T Swizer at Gmail.
The number 0, not the word 0. The number 00.
You got it.
All right. 00 T Swizer at gmail.com. Awesome. What part of the world are you looking ahead to?
Where the woods meet the water. Wherever that's at, man. Somewhere in the United States.
All right.
I would hope so. Okay.
Woods meet the water. Love it.
There are people doing what you're talking about exactly in Colorado, although it's cold there. So
yeah, that's all right. Makes a thin stick.
Cold is okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I'm curious to see how you end up, brother. That's a book in the making. Awesome. Justin, any final thoughts for Tim here?
Tim, man, good luck. Keep us updated. I think you got a lot of different tools that Matt touched on here, and seller financing. If you can find that right deal, the deal will be right, the land will be right, everything will be in alignment. You'll know when it's time to pull the trigger. So good luck.
Hey, thank you, Justin.
Awesome.
You got it, man.
Good luck, Tim. Thanks for joining us for Mentorship Monday, brother. Take care.
Thank you, Matt.
Awesome story, man. Let's
Great.
Yeah.
I'm all about it, man. I love it. I love that kind of stuff. I cannot wait to come visit Tim at his yurts.
And
we
should bring you on, man. You're I don't know if Tim can still hear us. Justin's an Eagle Scout, Tim. So yeah. Justin can be put to work.
Put me to work.
Yeah, right.
I can lash some folks together.
Tie a rope.
Tie some good knots. Yeah.
Not afraid to look at for a minute. Awesome. Well, Justin, this is a great episode. Justin is on his way down to go check out all of our North Carolina territories down there, properties in North Carolina. And Justin, please keep us in the loop on insiders on how things are going down there in North Carolina on your ventures.
Will do. We'll be live tomorrow for everyone on insiders for sure.
Tim, you got a new fan, by the way. Melanie McDaniel is a new fan. She's a roving. She's a bit of a nomad. But Melanie, I was inspired too. Like, I want to know when Tim opens up the Airbnb, because I'll be there. So Awesome. Justin, travel safe, brother. Let's do it to it. You ready?
See you later, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great and profitable week. Cool. That's bad. All right, we'll get him next time.
Got it.
Did we? Okay, we'll get him next time.